It's midday. A very good afternoon to you and welcome to the City Prime News on 97.3 Citi FM. The news is live from our studios at number 11 Dr. Martin Loop in Adabraka, Accra. It's also live across the world on citynewsroom.com. I am Hawa Idrisu Mustafa. Coming up, Accra Metropolitan Assembly begins a 3-day decongestion exercise to remove traders on pavement and improve sanitation in the central business district.
I don't give promises and I don't stand by the promises. Whatever I say, I do. So what I'm saying is that this exercise is not a 9-day wonder. We are on the streets, so we make sure that the roads are clear.
Also coming up, University of Ghana chapter of UTAG demands immediate resignation of the Auditor General over special payroll verification audit, which alleged that the University of Ghana overstated employee compensation by 59.2 million cedis between 2022 and 2024.
And for the Auditor General to sit in his office and preside over such an institution that disregards ethical standards and standard practice, we are hereby calling for the resignation of the Auditor General honorably, or we will petition the President for him to be removed.
Still ahead, Boko Central MP and Majority Leader condemns killing of Bongo District Director of the National Health Insurance Authority. And later, former Chief Executive of the Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund, Solomon Asamoah, yet to meet bail conditions imposed a week ago. All that and more on City Prime News, which is live on all affiliates across the 16 regions of the country. In the Western region, we are live on Premier FM 100.5 in Takrady, Beach FM 105.5 also in Takrady, Bono region Greener FM 95.9 in Sunyai, Ashanti region Orange FM 107.9 in Kumasi, Volta region we are live on Holy FM 98.5 in Aplao, Northern region Dasuma FM 99.1 in Yendi, Upper East we are live on Word FM 88.3 in Zwarungu, and Upper West we are live on Bogli Radio 88.6 in Wa.
City Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Grateful for choosing us. Now the Chief Executive of the Ghana Railway Development Authority, Dr. Frederick Apo, has assured of completion of the Tema Impakadan Railway project in 13 months. The construction of the 97.6-kilometer rail line has since construction began witnessed several setbacks, including the emergence of COVID-19 in 2020, which pushed back its earlier completion date in 2022. Speaking on the City Breakfast Show earlier today, Dr. Frederick Apo assured that the Transport Ministry is actively involved to ensure the timely completion of the project.
We are also in the process of resuming work on the Western Railway line, and it's part of the development initiative of this very government. The sector minister is keen on that. I am in touch with Honorable Nipe, and it's one of the key sectors or agencies under him where I see him almost every week, and we are talking about initiatives as well as what we call the proposals that we have received both at the transport level and at the railway sector level to ensure that we can get the best right fit.
So you've given me two big promises. Tema and Pakadan operational, Western Line will be commenced. It's 20th May 2025.
I will promise you one thing. Tema to Pakadan operation, Western Railway Line development ongoing, and at least we are ongoing or resumed.
He also noted that the urgent need for private sector involvement in the operationalization of the country's railway system, stressing that the government alone cannot shoulder the financial burden.
We are also proposing a market sounding approach to allow private sector participation in the industry in terms of rail operation, to allow what we call it development as well as innovation and competition on the line. I'm not saying the state will not have a role to play. The state will have a role to play. But railway industry or the railway sector primarily depends on the small to medium scale business, the SMEs, the blue collar jobs. You see, and we need to build that sector in Ghana.
Dr. Frederick Apo is Chief Executive of the Ghana Railway Development Authority. Meanwhile, Vice Chairman of the Railway Workers Union, Michael Clement, is calling on government to invest in Ghana's railway infrastructure, particularly the Accra Tema line, which has remained out of service since 2017. Speaking also on the City Breakfast Show, Michael Clement highlighted the importance of reviving the line and stressed the need for strategic partnerships. He noted that mining firm Mining East has shown interest in supporting the rail sector and called for collaboration with the railway company to help advance the industry.
The government should invest in it. And since I came to the work, only the Western Line have been giving us a lot of money. Our chunk of income comes from the Western Line. And if government turns its eyes on that place, I think it will come back.
So how do the mining companies their products to the port?
We have at the moment. They use a car.
Is it more economical if they use rail?
More than the car.
Would an arrangement where the mining company pays some of the money to repair the rail, would that arrangement make sense to you?
Yes. Later part of last year, we heard that there was going to be a partnership between us, that is railway, and manganese. But somewhere along the line, we have not heard from that partnership again.
That was the Vice Chairman of the Railway Workers Union, Michael Clement. President John Dramani Mahama has attributed the recent rebound of the Ghanaian cedi to robust foreign exchange inflows and deliberate policy measures aimed at stabilizing the economy. He noted that the local currency's performance is underpinned by strong gross international reserves, which have climbed to $10.6 billion as of April 2025, up from $8.9 billion in December 2024, a signal of growing investor confidence and improved external buffers. Speaking at the opening of the Ghana EU Business Forum in Accra, President Mahama reaffirmed the government's commitment to meeting its economic growth target for the year.
The Ghanaian cedi, which depreciated by 19.2% in 2024, has shown signs of recovery, appreciating by 3.9% against the US dollar by the end of April 2025. This has been supported by stronger forex inflows, improved trade balances, and growing investor confidence. Our gross international reserves have improved further from $8.98 billion in December 2024 to $10.6 billion by April 2025. This is equivalent to almost 5 months of import cover. This reflects enhanced export earnings, particularly from gold and non-traditional exports, as well as timely disbursements from our multilateral partners. Fiscal consolidation is underway. We reduced the fiscal deficits on commitment basis from 7.5% of GDP in 2024 to 6.4% in the first half of 2025. And we're on track to meet our 2025 target end year of 3.1% through expenditure rationalization, improved domestic revenue mobilization, and strong anti-corruption measures. These figures, though early in the year, are clear signs of a disciplined and inclusive economic recovery.
President John Dramani Mahama. Now, the Mayor of Accra, Michael Kpakpo Alote, says that the decongestion exercise is not a 9-day wonder. Now, the Accra Metropolitan Assembly today began a major decongestion exercise aimed at removing street traders from the central business district to restore order and improve sanitation in the city. The EMA task force, supported by the Ghana Police Service, carried out a coordinated operation to dismantle makeshift stalls, unauthorized kiosks, and remove vendors who had taken over pavement and roadsides across key parts of the central business district. Citi News' Fauzi Masaudu witnessed the exercise and has come through with this report.
Day one of the decongestion exercise targeted areas in the central business district, including Tudu, Makola, Rollins Park, and Kantamanto. The exercise, which forms part of a broader city development strategy prior to the official rollout of the 24-hour economy program, was not without resistance from some traders who lamented its adverse impact on their livelihoods.
Only God knows what we have lost, because now there's no market at all. And now that they say we should not come at all, we are begging the city president, we are begging John Mahama, we voted him for him to give us joy and laughter. Now they say almost 1 week or 3 months, you will not come to sell. We are begging him, he should see to us. Our children will go to school, and we want our children to go to school and become like him too. So we beg him.
This is our only means of survival. Our mother started and handed over to us. We run a shift system here because our numbers are huge. We know our presence here is a nuisance, but where do they expect us to go?
However, for commuters who commended the AMA, the exercise will significantly improve the flow of vehicular and human traffic while enhancing the beauty of Accra's streets.
When you are walking on the road, it's that you don't even have a place to pass. And you realize that you'll be hitting each other, ending up fighting against yourself. Meanwhile, it is not none of your problem. So where we are urging the mayor is that it shouldn't be a 9-day wonder. You should continue with this. From this time to the time of election, you shouldn't wait when it's getting to election, then he bring them back. When it happens, it will not help the country. So while he has started, he should maintain so that nobody comes to the main road to do anything.
Reacting to concerns about sustainability, Mayor for the Accra Metropolitan Assembly, Michael Kpakpo Alote, vowed to continue the initiative until its objective is entirely achieved.
As I said, I don't give promises and I don't stand by the promises. Whatever I say, I do. So what I'm saying is that this exercise is not a 9-day wonder. We are on the streets, so we make sure that the roads are clear and everybody will know that me joining with my brother here, we have done a great job. God bless you. But we are not done. The next 1 hour, we are going back to the streets. From here, we are going to we'll pass through where we are coming from, all the way to Circle. And if there is more strength, we'll go to Kaneshi. Then we'll continue tomorrow.
You heard the Mayor of Accra, Michael Kpakpo Alote, ending that report by my colleague Fauzu Masaudu. Fauzu joins us live via telephone. Fauzu, good afternoon to you. Thank you for your time. Where is the team currently?
Okay, hi, good afternoon, Howard. So we know that this exercise is in collaboration with the Accra Metropolitan Assembly and the Korle Klottey Municipality. We are through and done with that of Accra Metropolitan Assembly, which targeted some areas within the Central Business District. Now we are en route to Korle Klottey Municipality, where the exercise will begin from Circle.
For you, now what is expected to happen at Circle? We know already the team had some sort of a confrontation sort of with some traders who argue that this is where they have been getting their daily bread from. What are we expecting to happen at Circle, where the team is currently heading to?
Well, we are very conversant with the nature of this such exercises. You know that, you would have people being on the same page with the authorities and others who also resist, essentially because of its impact on their livelihood. So, some of these things are expected to occur, if you like, at Circle, but the Accra Metropolitan Assembly have made it clear that they want to use a more humane approach because, previously you would hear stories of clashes between the authorities and the traders, but this time, like I stated earlier, the AMA is saying that they want to use a more humane approach in tackling this. That's why the AMA has even gone ahead to explain that they have plans on, alternative resettlement plans for some of these traders who, if you like, will be displaced as a result of this exercise.
Now, before you go, Fauzu, we know it's a 3-day exercise which started today. What happens after today? Have they mentioned any of the areas they intend to move the team to tomorrow?
Okay, so the AMA is expected to hold a press briefing after today's exercise. So hopefully we get to a substantive information as regards the itinerary for tomorrow. Very well. As of now, they have not communicated anything as yet.
Very well. Thank you for your time. That was my colleague Fauzu Masaudu, who is currently following the AMA team, who are doing a decongestion exercise in the city. They are currently heading to Circle, which is one of the key areas part of this decongestion exercise. Let's now hear from the Environmental Service Providers Association, who are calling for a systematic plan to curb across decongestion challenges once and for all and maintain livelihoods. Let's hear from the Executive Secretary of the association, Ama Ofori Enchi.
For the mayor, first of all, I think I have to congratulate him for taking up this position, and it's a huge tax on him now. For us to solve this problem holistically, we need to look at a plan. We need a plan in place. And some of these include even looking at your population. Do you have data? Okay, yeah, decongesting. Where are the women on the street supposed to go to? Have you prepared a place for them? Is there an alternative for them to go and continue their business and life? This all have to come into place. So ambitious as he is, which is also political and what have you, it's long overdue for us as a nation to plan, to have systemic structures in place, and then plan and then solve our problems holistically. We go around, and we've been going around in circles for so many years, and I think it's not helping us. In every country, once their population is increasing, we have to also start looking at infrastructure and improve on the infrastructure to cater for the expanding, to cater for the other numbers. We have to look at alternatives.
Executive Secretary of the Environmental Service Providers Association, Ama Ofori Enchi. This is still the City Prime News on 97.3 Citi FM. I am Hawa Idrisu Mustafa. Still to come, former Chief Executive of the Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund, Solomon Asamoah, yet to meet bail conditions imposed a week ago. We have details of that, plus other stories coming up shortly. Please stay with us.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Calling all farmers, agribusinesses, and innovators, this is your chance to shine. Channel One TV invites you to exhibit at AgriFair 2025, one of Ghana's largest agriculture exhibitions. From Friday 20th to Sunday the 22nd of June, the A4 Sutherland Children's Park in Accra will come alive with the very best from Ghana's agribusiness sector. Are you a farmer with fresh produce of any kind? Be it crops, livestock or poultry, fisheries or aquaculture, or you're a supplier of agro inputs and processing machinery, this is your platform to connect with the world. AgriFair 2025 is more than an exhibition. Showcase your fresh produce, share your expertise and experience, and grow your business. So, to all farmers with fresh produce, livestock or poultry, fisheries or aquaculture products, come, sell, network, and expand your business. AgriFair 2025, where culture meets innovation. Register now to secure your spot. Call us on 0205 973 973. Come one, come all. Enjoy the freshest farm produce at unbeatable prices. And treat yourself to sizzling kebabs made from beef, mutton, pork, chicken, and more. Great taste, great value. Don't miss out. The AgriFair 2025 is powered by Channel One TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM and is proudly sponsored by Exim Bank, Legacy Crop Improvement Center, and Development Bank Ghana.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
You're welcome back. Now, the former Chief Executive of the Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund, Solomon Asamoah, remains in custody after failing to meet bail conditions set a week ago in the ongoing SkyTrain case. Mr. Asamoah, who is the first accused, is on trial with former GIF Board Chairman Professor Christopher Ameyo Ekumfi. The two are charged with causing financial loss to the state by authorizing a $2 million transfer from GIF account to Africa Investor Holdings, the company contracted to develop the SkyTrain project. Prosecutors say the payment was done without proper authorization and that no work was done to justify it. At the first court hearing last Tuesday, Solomon Asamoah pleaded not guilty and was granted bail of 15 million cedis with two sureties, both required to justify the bill with landed property in Accra. However, he has yet to meet the conditions and remain in custody. Now, the University Teachers Association of Ghana, UTAG branch of the University of Ghana, is demanding the immediate resignation of the Auditor General Johnson Ekiamwa Esedu. The call follows a special payroll verification audit report from the Auditor General which alleged that the University of Ghana overstated employee compensation by 59.2 million cedis between 2022 and 2024. UTAC UG, however, describes the report as misleading and inaccurate, arguing that it does not reflect the true state of affairs. Addressing the media, the General Secretary of UTAC UG, Jerry Joe Harrison, accused the Auditor General of breaching ethical standards in compiling the report, stating that such conduct makes him unfit to hold office.
The standards of auditing, in our opinion, has plummeted in recent years, and if care is not taken, will have serious consequences for the nation. It appears to us that the audit service is more interested in appearing to be working rather than doing the right thing. And in so doing, they ignore ethical standards that guide their profession. The University of Ghana management maintains that the initial audit report was not shared with them for them to make comments and clarify any discrepancies before this was made public. This is grossly unfair and unethical. This is a serious breach of the ethical standards required for the audit service and its profession. And for the Auditor General to sit in his office and preside over such an institution that disregards ethical standards and standard practice, we are hereby calling for the resignation of the Auditor General honorably, or we will petition the President for him to be removed. We do not say this because we have personal issues with the Auditor General, but we believe that the audit service, or auditing in general in this country, has become a tool for intimidating and disallowing legitimate payments, especially to subvented institutions in Ghana.
He had the General Secretary of the University of Ghana branch of UTAG, Jerry Joe Harrison. The Member of Parliament for Boko Central, Mahama Yaruga, has condemned the killing of the Bongo District Director of the National Health Insurance Authority, that is Mohammed Seydou Akugri. According to the MP, Mr. Akugri was ambushed near Nagode, a community close to Bolgatanga, where he was shot and his body set ablaze by unknown assailant. In a statement, the majority leader extended his condolences to the family of the deceased and called on law enforcement agencies to thoroughly investigate the incident and bring the perpetrators to justice. He also appealed to residents to remain calm and support ongoing peace efforts led by the Santini Otumfo Oseitu to the second, aimed at resolving the Boko conflict. The Bono Regional Directorate of the National Disaster Management Organization says it has identified 78 flood-prone areas and is making steps to mitigate risks as rains intensify across the region. This follows the death of a 3-year-old boy who fell into an open drain during a downpour in the Abetifi electoral area of the Sunyani East municipality. Bono Regional NADMO Director Fatih Kenny underscored the need for public education to prevent disasters during the raining season.
When you go to Banda, we also have Banda Hinkru to be one of the areas. Bawo, Bongasi, and others. When you go to German North and South, we have challenges over there. In fact, communication is a key during this season. We are going out, NADMO, Bono Region Director and the team, we are going out to communicate with the local communities. We will make sure we talk to them.
Apologies for that. Now let's bring you some other stories. And Arocha Ghana is calling on the Ghana Atomic Energy Commission to immediately cease what it describes as the indiscriminate felling of trees along the Atomic Kwabenya Highway. This follows a notice by the Ghana Atomic Energy Commission that it had received approval to cut 8 mahogany trees and 6 other trees along both sides of the Atomic Kwabenya stretch. Speaking to Citi News, the Deputy National Director of Arocha Ghana, Daryl Bosu, stressed the need for broader consultation before such actions are taken, adding that the trees should be preserved rather than cutting down.
the ongoing tree felling exercise at the Atomic Kwabena Highway is very unfortunate and I think very irresponsible. And there's no need for us to fell those trees. I mean, we did some assessments over those trees some years back, and the problem is not with the trees, but with our own poor culture of maintenance and management. I mean, I recall that 2 years ago, we engaged with the urban roads when we got wind of the information that they wanted to actually start pulling down those trees. We went into discussion with them, and they decided to go and redesign the road that is going to pass through that area to ensure that they secure the trees. And it's very sad that as they have now taken steps to make sure they are going to protect the trees and put in a maintenance regime in the long term, the Atomic Energy Commission, who has nothing to do with the road, is right now undertaking an exercise to destroy the trees.
He had Deputy National Director for Arocha Ghana, Daryl Busu. President John Dramani Mahama has directed the newly inaugurated National Development Planning Commission along with Parliament to combine all development plans into one clear and inclusive national plan. Speaking at the inauguration of the 43-member commission chaired by Nimoy Thompson, the president says majority of Ghanaians desire a long-term development agenda that will impact their lives and future generations.
Ghanaians increasingly demand a stable and predictable path for national development that transcends our electoral cycles and partisan politics. Here I'm reminded of the words of Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah in his visionary 7-year development plan, and he stated, the economic policies will lack direction and consistency unless they are firmly related to a clear vision of the structure of the economy towards which we are moving. It is only in the longer view, he said longer view, that it is rational to project any really radical transformation of our economic system. And he goes on to say, in the very short period, we remain prisoners of our past. Since the completion of the 40-year National Development Plan in 2017, under the leadership of Dr. Nimoy Thompson, who now returns to chair the commission, other frameworks with similar long-term ambitions have emerged. Notable among these are the Ghana Beyond Aid Charter, the Ghana at 100 Long-Term Development Framework, and the Vision 2057 Perspective Framework. I urge the Commission to consolidate all these various efforts into a coherent, inclusive, and forward-looking national development plan.
You had President John Dramani Mahama, now MP for Efia, Isaac Boama Nyako, has reiterated the New Patriotic Party's apology for the shortcomings of the Akufo-Addo administration. Now, this follows former President Dr. Bawumia's recent admission during an engagement in London where he acknowledged missteps during the NPP's time in office and apologized to Ghanaians. Speaking on Channel 1 TV's Breakfast Daily, Isaac Boama Nyako stated that the previous government was at times insensitive to the needs of Ghanaians.
You should apologize. That is the hallmark of a great leader. Right. A great leader is the one who sees that I had a responsibility, though as vice president he didn't carry the overall mandate of the people. The president of the day had the power to make decisions. Vice president had input into governance. Whether his inputs were taken or not is neither here nor there. The most important thing is that government was not sensitive to some of the concerns of the Ghanaian people. Ghanaians have punished us. We are sorry. Justin Kudia have said we are sorry. I have gone around to tell Ghanaians and my good people that, thank you for voting for me, but where my government did not do well, I am sorry. So it is good to show that kind of maturity.
Isaac Boama Nyako is MP for Efia. Now, the Ashanti Regional Minister, Dr. Frank Amoakohene, has met with disgruntled party members, majority of whom are women organizers, to address growing concerns over the allocation of school feeding contract. The meeting follows days of public outcry from several branch women organizers who took to radio stations and social media platforms to express their disappointment. They accused party executives and school feeding coordinators of awarding contracts to individuals who, in their view, made no contribution to the party's success in the 2024 general elections. In response, Dr. Amoakohene assured the concerned members that their grievances have been acknowledged and promised to address these concerns.
Constituency women organization deputies. Yes, Buku.
I met with the constituency women organizers and their deputies today to address some concerns and speculations with regards to the school feeding program. The women shared their concerns and we have taken note of them. We are committed to ensuring that constituencies facing such challenges have their issues resolved.
Constituencies are problems in anyone now. Almost that year,
He had Ashanti Regional Minister Dr. Frank Amwakohini ending today's edition of the Citi Prime News, which has been live from our studios in Adabraka in Accra. Please log on to citinewsroom.com for more stories. I am Hawa Idrisi Mustafa. Good afternoon.
Citi News. We speak first. Reach our hotline on 0302 224959 and get interactive on Facebook, Citi 97.3 FM, and on Twitter at Citi 973.